NBA, a wild trade lands Young with the Lakers and ends the Warriors dynasty. As the NBA regular season nears its end, and the playoffs loom as the most exciting time of the year in the league. But even with games in full swing, rumors of what might happen this offseason have already begun. The latest chatter regarding potential acquisitions: the front office could make circles back to Hawks guard Trae Young. The Lakers are reportedly eyeing the player as part of a trade proposal that would give the team a third star to join LeBron James and Anthony Davis. A wild trade. Referring to his own proposal as wild, Andy Bailey from Bleacher Report suggests a 4-team trade that would effectively dismantle the Golden State Warriors dynasty core, with the focus on these names: Draymond Green from the Warriors to the Atlanta Hawks, Karl-Anthony Towns to the Warriors, Austin Reeves and Chris Paul to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Young would take some of the creation and distribution burden off LeBron James and also give LA an identity in the looming post-LeBron era, Bailey wrote in an article published on April 2nd. Filling out the supporting cast wouldn't be easy, but a Trae AD pick-and-roll would be potentially electrifying, both with and without LeBron. Lakers to receive Brazilian in the trade. The Lakers would also receive Josh Minott from Minnesota and Brazilian Gue Santos from the Warriors, while sending Reeves along with D'Angelo Russell, Jalen Hood-Schifino, and the Lakers' 2029 and 2031 first-round picks to the Hawks, and Rui Hachimura to the Warriors. It would be a hefty price to pay, but Young is only 25 years old and is an all-star, averaging 26.4 points and 10.8 assists this season while shooting 37.1% from three-point range. Young's ceiling is much higher than any of the players they would be sending out, Bailey wrote. Lakers eyeing a third star this offseason. Young is on the Lakers' radar as a potential acquisition, according to Jovan Buha from The Athletic. The name I keep hearing is Trae Young. He's been to Lakers playoff games before. He's a Clutch Sports client, Buha said during a fan Q&A session in late March, referring to the agency that represents both James and Davis. That's probably the most realistic scenario right now. Yes, they are going after a third star. And I can confirm that through multiple sources. They're hunting for a third star this offseason, he said. And we'll see how that affects D'Angelo Russell's situation. We'll see how. You're probably going to have to give up Austin Reeves in almost any trade for a third star. Russell has a $18.7 million player option but could test the free agent market. Michael Scotto from Hoops Hype reported on March 27 that Russell would like a multi-year deal with the Lakers. LeBron James reveals how he knows young players will succeed in the NBA. Anthony Davis could help Young defensively. Young is an excellent player, but he's not known for his defense. However, Bailey wrote that Davis would be able to assist Young defensively. Davis is a 3-time blocks leader in the league and has been named to 4 NBA All-Defensive teams. He would have to make up for what Young lacks defensively but could thrive with him offensively, as Young has averaged over 9.3 assists in all seasons except his rookie year. Clearly, Young has defensive issues, but Anthony Davis could help cover some of those, Bailey wrote. And over the last 5 seasons, the Hawks guard has averaged 27.2 points, 9.9 assists, and 2.8 made threes per game. So, what do you think about this idea? Share your thoughts with us. Anthony Davis, late-game struggles versus Wizards were a learning lesson for younger Lakers. With less than 2 minutes remaining and the Los Angeles Lakers up by 14, Coach Darvin Ham emptied his bench, giving Anthony Davis and LeBron James a well-deserved rest. But the Washington Wizards suddenly started a major comeback, cutting the Lakers' lead to 5 with 17 seconds left in the game. As the Lakers were about to face a possession, Davis and LeBron returned for the final defensive possession, with Davis even blocking a 3-point attempt to secure the game for good. Subsequently, Davis talked about having the mentality to be ready to do whatever it takes to come out with a win, adding that the struggles of the young Lakers at the end of the game should serve as a learning lesson, as seen on Spectrum Sportsnet. That's the mentality, finish the trip on the right foot. We had a comfortable lead, both teams kind of pulled their starters and put the bench in, and we gave up 3 threes, a turnover, and they cut it to 5 with 17 seconds and the ball was theirs. I think, Darvin Ham didn't even ask. I stood up, Bron stood up, we looked at each other and both took off our shirts and went in to get fouled, make the free throws. It's a learning lesson, especially for our young guys, coming in prepared knowing that threes were the only way to get back in the game and making sure that was eliminated. Second-year guard Max Christie and rookies Maxwell Lewis and Colin Castleton were all on the floor when the Wizards made their run. No team wants to put their starters back in when things are under control, especially late in a trip when everyone is tired. But Davis and LeBron were ready to go without hesitation to ensure the Lakers finished the trip well. A 5-1 trip at this stage of the season is huge, and the Lakers are firing on all cylinders in these last few weeks. Darvin Ham to talk with young Lakers. Coach Darvin Ham also understands that, although the Lakers won, it was an unfortunate situation where he had to put the starters back in. As such, Ham plans to sit down and talk with some of the younger players on the team. Ham said that young players must approach every competition and give 100% at all times, especially as a young player trying to establish themselves in the NBA. The Lakers coach added that you never know who is watching and that everything in this league must be earned. Rui Hachimura's return to Washington, a triumph for Lakers forward. Wednesday marked the first time Los Angeles Lakers forward Rui Hachimura returned to Washington, D.C. to face his former team, the Wizards. After experiencing highs and lows during his 4 seasons in Washington, he was traded to Los Angeles to replace Kendrick Nunn and 3 second-round picks at last season's trade deadline. It seems like the Lakers have unlocked Hachimura's potential, as he's becoming a reliable threat alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Since being inserted into the starting lineup, he's taken his scoring to another level and appears incredibly comfortable after struggling to find a role earlier in the season. Reflecting on his return to Washington, Hachimura scored 19 points and grabbed 7 rebounds on 9 of 12 shooting in 27 minutes. The former Gonzaga Bulldog described what it was like to return to where it all began, as seen on Spectrum Sportsnet. "It felt a bit strange. I spent 5 years here and came back. I think I haven't been back since the trade, this was the first time. So, a bit different. But everyone welcomed me back. I know all these people who work here for the Wizards or something like that, so they came and said hi. It was great to see them. I missed them. It was a great time here." Sometimes, being on a struggling team can hinder a player's development, and that seemed to be the case for Hachimura. After being part of a rebuilding team for several seasons, it's great to see the 26-year-old getting the opportunity to learn and grow in a winning environment. Despite some challenges adapting to various roles and inconsistent minutes, Hachimura is finding his rhythm at the right time for the Lakers. With the play-in tournament approaching and a potential playoff appearance thereafter, LA will need Hachimura to replicate his performance from last postseason for the team to succeed. LeBron James believes Rui Hachimura looks comfortable since joining Lakers' starting lineup. As the regular season winds down, Rui Hachimura is a significant catalyst for LA to rack up as many wins as possible. In the last 10 games, he's averaged 16.9 points and 6.4 rebounds, shooting 62.4% from the field and 45.7% from the three-point range. Starting 33 games now in the season, it's reassuring to see Hachimura finally secure a consistent role in the team. But part of his success comes from playing alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Since this change was made, James believes the forward looks more comfortable since joining the starting lineup. Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel yet? It's the best way to watch player interviews, exclusive event coverage, participate in live shows, and much more.